Are you ready for your fake hair loss therapy session? Good. I'm glad you're here. Here is my thought that I need to share with you right now. Have you heard of what's called a social crutch? Like, for example, certain people have to always have something in their hand. It's part of their identity. It's a conversation piece. Like, I don't know, like someone who's always smoking a cigarette or has a vape pipe or whatever it is. We can think of lots of examples, but a cigarette is often thought of as a social crutch. They have to have something in their hand. It kind of stabilizes them. It gives them a sense of identity and conversation, makes them interesting, that sort of thing. Okay, that's called a social crutch. When you need some kind of physical thing to navigate through society, perhaps in a crowded room around people, right? Social crutch. Totally, you're familiar with that concept, right? Okay, so how about this? Confidence crutch. Confidence crutch. I am submitting to you today the concept that hair for many men is a confidence crutch. Let's really fathom that word. The fact that you would need a crutch for your confidence to begin with, and the fact that it would be on top of your head and something that you really don't have a whole lot of control over because it's so much based on your DNA. So imagine you're going to put all of your stock for your confidence in your ability to grow hair. Okay? So if things work out and you have the right DNA and you can at least make it to almost age 37 with as much hair, then at least you made it through your 20s and most of your 30s, right? But it all of your confidence depended on this. See, that's a crutch. That's a crutch. Now, does everybody need this crutch? No, clearly not. Clearly, there are men in their early 20s that are balding, they shave it off or whatever, and they move on with their life. They don't need the crutch. But it's when that crutch is removed that a lot of guys start freaking out because they put so much stock in their belief of how other people perceive them. Their ability to be attractive was based on them having hair in their own mind, even if everyone else doesn't think that. As long as you think that, it's true. See, that's the thing about truth. So often it's relative. It's just like the movie The Skeleton Key, which none of you have seen, with Kay Hudson. You know, the concept that this curse existed only if you believed in it. So they could try to curse other people, but if they didn't believe it, it wouldn't stick. The moment you began believing in it, and you would be cursed. That's how the hair loss confidence crutch works. As long as you believe you need hair to be confident, you do. And as long as you don't believe that you need hair to be confident, then that's true for you. It's true for me, even though I still have hair. So you can be anywhere on the spectrum. You can be someone who is Norwood 5 and age 21 and believes that you don't need hair to be confident, and you're confident. You could be in the same situation and believe that you do need hair, even though you don't, to be confident, and now you're miserable. You could be like me, have hair, but don't need it to be confident. We can be anywhere on the spectrum. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it is a choice. It is a personal choice. And I still believe what I said before. The fundamental issue is that for those people who really use hair as a confidence crutch, it really ultimately reveals a self-esteem issue that has not been dealt with before. And because of this happening, it opens up this wound. But when this is stable to begin with, this isn't going to matter. You're not going to need a confidence crutch when you're fully confident in yourself with or without hair, and you know who you are as a person. You don't let other people control your emotions. You're a confident person that people want to be around. So when they see you, they don't need to see a guy with a full head of hair. They need to see someone that they want to be around. Isn't it funny how overrated it is to be a likable person, to have a good personality, to carry on conversation, to make other people feel good about themselves by engaging them in conversation about them, which is what I do on a daily basis with you? I'm talking to you, I'm involving you. People are wired that way. When someone is interested in them, suddenly that person becomes more attractive and valuable. And how can I collect over 3,000 subscribers? By continuing to talk about something that's interesting to you. Do you think I'm this obsessed about hair loss that I really feel like making over 1,800 videos about hair loss? I'm really not that interested in hair loss, not that interested. But I'm interested as long as it helps other people. I'm interested in helping people, and that's another attractive trait in men, is when men help other people out. I don't need hair as a crutch. And oh man, finally, this is about to air on February 27th on the Lifetime Network. And once it does, I'll have the freedom to look however I want to. And I do have a trip to Florida coming up. And my plan, if I'm able to, if I don't need to sustain this look after the show airs on Lifetime, this time next year is an image show, Tuesday 27th at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. But if I don't need to maintain this look, then I'm very excited to go with, and you talked me into it, a zero guard. I think I need to do it. I need to do a zero guard because I know in my heart I don't need hair as a confidence crutch. And I know it's easy to say, well, either way, Nick, you're still going to have hair that will grow back. Yeah, but I think it's important for me as an individual, not only because I want to do it, I've always enjoyed buzzing off my hair. I've always, since age 21, the first time I really did it, I've always enjoyed it. It's something I do. And it's in my blood now. I'm like, for what, a year and a half of my life's been wrapped up in this show. So I couldn't buzz it off, and now I suddenly can. So I'm really excited to do that. I think it's gonna be fun. When I go to Florida, I'm gonna be around people that I don't know, and they don't know me. Their first impression of me is gonna be a guy with a zero guard, And I think that's gonna be really exciting. I can kind of gauge, whether they see someone who is more masculine, more kind of in charge, knows what he's doing. I'm gonna get to experiment with that. I've been saying this for so long, for years now, but now I get to finally, I'm so close to getting to that point in my life where I can do that again. Okay, the takeaway is this: hair is a confidence crutch for men who already have self-esteem issues that they didn't realize that were there. And once you take away that crutch, they begin to stumble and wobble and their world falls apart. I'm not one of those people. I don't need hair to be confident. A lot of people do. But instead of focusing on the hair, you have to focus on, well, your heart, not really. You have to focus on your head, not your hair. You have to focus on what's inside here. That voice that tells you need hair to be confident, you have to say, no, confidence first, then hair. As long as hair comes first and then confidence, you're not going to win. You're always going to be lacking in life. You're never going to be satisfied. You're never going to be content. Hair does not come before confidence. Confidence comes before hair. Evaluate yourself right now. Are you using hair as a confidence crutch? Or can you be like Nick Shell? Or can you be like guys in their early 20s that are already bald on top and shave off their hair, work out, and are confident and good at talking with people and finding a way to become good at talking to people? There's videos on YouTube about that, just like there's videos about hair loss. These are things you can actually change and improve much easier than you can trying to worry that things are going to work out okay on top of your head. Forget about what's on top of your head. Think about what's inside of your head and think, I don't need the confidence crutch of hair to be confident. Confidence first, then hair. Not hair, then confidence. Confidence comes first.